So take a look at each type of culture and pick the type that best goes for you. Given that I've played the game before, um, my personal favorite culture is the Arab culture. Um, there's three things here that I believe and I know will help you throughout the game from day 0 all the way to day 35. And if they do change the game again to other levels or add more levels later on, this will continue to help you because one, you would notice that this particular culture gives you a 5% extra speed on gemming throughout the entire game. You're gonna need gems. Also, the strongest type of troop within the game are mounted troops. So this also gives you help towards those mounted troops, and throughout the game as well, the offerings that you make as far as helping you with prestige, and prestige being the foundation that helps with other attributes of the game. This particular culture also helps you with it. This is a little bit of a tip, from the very beginning, so you may not make some mistakes as far as picking a culture that doesn't help you from the very, very beginning, or maybe it's a culture that you would have changed to later on in the game. So this particular culture, I believe, is one of those foundation cultures that you need from the very, very beginning. Hope this little tip helps you. Another point to make about culture is this: you can always change your culture at any time during the game without changing your progress of the game. However, if you take a look at the bottom, you notice that changing your culture will cost you 2,000 gems. This is, like I said, gemming or having gems is one of those things that you're gonna need for the entire game, and um, not using them wisely or making choices that you don't have to redo things later on, it's very important because gems are very, very hard to get. The next part of the game I would like to give you a little bit of a tip for, as far as the very beginning, not making any mistakes, is actually knowing if a server that you're in is new or is mature. If it's a new server, it will give you more time to grow. If it's a existing server that already has a king and is mature, you are going to have a harder time unless you join a very, very good alliance. And I know I'm talking about, you know alliances and bigger players at the very beginning, but it's just I wish I knew certain things and I could travel back in time to tell myself certain things. I'm just hoping that you're one of those players that will appreciate it from the very beginning. So, um, if you go to the world view and then go to world map and then you hit server list, just take your time, and I believe if you scroll from left to right, it gives you the newest server. If you go all the way to the left, you see that the numbers are getting smaller. That means those are older servers. If you notice, the majority, I guess, of players that are in there will determine what kind of flag it is, whether it be American, British, and so forth. And of course, it says the empire is hot, and it mentions the name of a king. That means that that particular server, has pretty big players already, or players that know what they're doing. And you can also scroll up as well to find different or older older servers. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom and to your right, you will find out whether or not you're in a new server or a server that just came online. If you notice that this particular one, it says new, but it has a king. That particular server means that it's probably less than 60 days old and not entered a server war as of yet. I know I'm throwing out some names, as far as server war, again, that's from experience. Um, there's certain things that I'm going to be saying that will make more sense later on when you have more experience with the game. But the point I'm trying to make is try to pick a new server. Right now, it looks like 576 to me personally was the newest of the servers because it doesn't. That's the largest number in here, so that's the newest server, and that's the reason I chose to be in this particular server. Until you hit level 3, I believe you can change or migrate to a server. So pick wisely. The next part of this video is gonna cover growth, or specifically where to pause your growth to make sure that you don't get too overwhelmed by the research that has to get done and the upgrades that have to get done, and making sure that you're pretty much ready for different stages of growth. I personally believe that the growth of any one of these cities, they should go from 0 to 16, take a pause at 16, catch up with all your research, catch up with making sure that all your buildings are level 16, you know, similar to how, you know, the hospital is level 16, your shrine, your warehouse, and so forth. Make sure that your embassy is at level 16. Pretty much you just take a pause at level 16 and um, upgrade everything. Also, don't forget your farm spots, whether it be the farm themselves or the mines and so forth, sawmills. Try your best to take a pause. Don't go any further. Do everything as much as possible to get to everything to level 16. Again, my personal opinion is that you should grow to level 16, take a pause, get everything, including your buildings or your science or your research, done at level 16, and then go to level 27. At 27, take a pause, do it all over again. All your buildings, all your research, everything done at level 27, and then from level 27 you run up to 35. Those are the 3 breaks, as far as I believe would help any player to progress through the game without being too frustrated or trying to catch up with bigger players if they're not spending money. You don't have to develop every type of troop. At this particular stage of your growth for level 16, the troop they that is necessary to get to level 16, the only one is your archer camp. I believe that at this point you just need to develop about 60,000 troops. At this point, I will tell you the reason why a little bit later, but just keep that in mind. 60,000 is probably the most you want to do at this level. Once you develop your troops, or while you're developing your troops, the next thing you want to do is make sure that in your academy you go through the science on the military, where you cover and get all your march slots possible. So formation, that will give you one march slot. Advance dispatch will give you the other one. The other two that you're gonna get at level 16 is when at the very beginning you do get one march slot, but the other march slot, or the fourth march slot, comes when you're at VIP 5. You'll have to develop your prestige, or you can buy a few packages to get that VIP 5. At the very beginning, you're gonna notice that there's something called a X2 that gives you twice the amount of items in a purchase. Hold on to that until you find the right package, such that it gives you enough VIP points to get to level 5. So required is 3,700. So pretty much do the math, cut that in half, and find a package that gives you a combination of VIP points. So when it's doubled, that will give you 3,700 VIP points, and also give you a decent amount of speed ups, and also some resources as well. So the most important thing is making sure that when that VIP number is doubled, it gives you more than 3,700. Also, within that same package, take a look to make sure that it gives you speed ups. And the next thing is also some resources. To look at those packages, or find the packages available, you will be able to find them by clicking your store. Your store is just go under where your gem count is, and here where it says gem, this should give you a layout of all the available packages, and they do reset depending on how old you are. They reset a couple of days or in a couple of hours. Understand, and I'm not saying that you have to spend money to get far in this game, but at the very beginning, if you have that X2 or you win the X2, the only way you can use that X2 is to spend some money. So if you're going to spend any money, spend wisely, and only spend money when you have that X2. As far as taking a pause at level 16 is making sure that your science trees, you try to get you do the minimum to go all the way down to where it says Academy 16, and the next one is asking for I think 17 or more. You try to go do the science all the way down, and then from there you pretty much max out all the sciences from there. So you go little by little, take your time, get everything done. My personal opinion is to start your research by increasing your research speed. Then from there is increasing your research speed, which is called topography. The faster your research speed, the less time you're waiting for things to get done. And of course, after your research speed, I recommend that you go with your construction. Yeah, right here. Increase your construction speed as fast as you can. Just get them done, knock it out. Make sure that you hit that help button to get your people to help you out. So quick and easy. Hit construction, hit research, hit your X, and hit that help button. And make sure that in turn, or you're hitting that asking for help button, and in turn that you're also hitting your button to help other people.